Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio, and I am fully aware that it's only been a day, but we need to have a good old chat about Astral Radiance because we have a pretty big update on Astral Radiance. There's a bunch of stuff that we know now that we didn't know yesterday that we now need to go and have a good old chat about. It's one of those things, this happens a lot with reveals of sets, whereby we get the set reveal and there's a press release and there's an article on Pokemon.com, but then there's some more stuff that is revealed a couple hours later, or we get some clarification on things, which is exactly what's happened today, and then that means we have to go and do a follow-up video. But I'm so excited about this set, I don't particularly mind. This seems alright by me. So first of all, we are answering a question which I have had for quite a while now, and it's all to do with the one-pack blister promos, which we hadn't seen before. There is an alternate art of the Toxel from Fusion Strike, which is fine, I suppose, but we're getting the Oricorio from Coro magazine, by which I mean the Corocoro Oricorio, which is, when you say it like that, my favourite card name ever. This is one that was a promo in Corocoro magazine over in Japan a little while ago at this stage. I have been very patiently waiting for this one to go and be released. It now finally has been released, and that makes me a very happy Wassy indeed. And it is worth pointing out that this is, like I like to phrase it, a mechanically unique card. This is a card which cannot be found anywhere else, so if you want to get this card, if you want to play this card, this is the only place where you can actually find it and go and do so. Is it any good? No. Free energy, 80 damage. Single energy, search for a Pokemon and a supporter and put them in your hand. And to be fair, it's a basic Pokemon single colorless energy. Searching for a Pokemon and a supporter, turn 1, going second. If you've really got nothing else going on, yeah, fine, that's alright, that'll do. But I think it's fair to say that this is not something, in terms of playability, we should be getting particularly excited about. And as I've said, the Toxel is just an alternate art reprint of the one from Fusion Strike. It's fine. If you're playing the Fusion Strike Toxtricity, you're going to need it. So that's rather lovely, and I, for one, am very happy, because I've had the Japanese Oricorio for months. I want the English version, and now I can have it. We do also have nice clear looks at the Eevee and Sylveon promos. Of course, I did show you that they were coming the other day. They were revealed in French on the Asmodee website, but now we can get a good look at them. The Eevee is a promo, we've actually had that effect before. The Sylveon is new, but it's not particularly good. 1 energy, 30 damage, take an energy from your opponent's active and put it into their hand is fine, but not great. And free energy, 70 damage, but 140 if you play the supporter is fine, but not great. It's not a particularly great card, but we do now have our blister promos. Of course, we often get one-pack check lane blisters that have a whole evolution line of previously released stuff. As it stands at the moment, we have no word about them. We generally get them for every set, so I would expect to get them. So, for instance, with Brilliant Stars, it was Hydreigon and Salamence. We haven't had any word of them yet for Astral Radiance. I would expect them, but then they are usually released, or revealed, I should say, at the same time as the other one-pack and the 3-pack blisters. So I suppose I'm going to have to pass for now. They did also show off the mini portfolio. I don't know who's excited about the mini portfolio, but anyone that is, you get the mini portfolio that can hold 60 cards, 1 per page, and you get yourself a booster pack. What is weird is that they use the Sinnoh forms of Dialga and Palkia, not the Origin forms, which is honestly just a little bit confusing to me, so, I don't know, make of that what you will. But that is coming as well, so anyone that's excited, yay! Excitement time. So they're the new things that have been revealed, and then of course we've got we've got both the Build and Battle Kit and the Build and Battle Stadium, which, again, we knew these were coming, right? This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. The Build and Battle Kit, the Build and Battle Stadium, we get these every set. Obviously, the Build and Battle Stadium now does come out in the UK. It doesn't just come out in North America. That makes me very happy. And essentially, your build and battle kit is going to be for your pre-releases, which should, the set comes out on May the 27th. That is a Friday. So the pre-release should be happening exactly 2 weeks before. So you're going to be looking around about the 14th and 15th of May. That's roughly what we're looking at for your pre-releases. So first chance to get hold of them. We saw the 4 pre-release promos earlier. I told you Hisuian Samurai is my favourite in terms of artwork and as a card. And then you've got the Build and Battle Stadium, which basically has 2 pre-release kits and 4 extra packs and a few other bits. It's essentially everything you need in order to run a pre-release at home. That's fairly important. A 2-person pre-release, So they're the new products that have gone and been revealed. That makes perfect sense. That's what we should be expecting. But there is something I missed in the video yesterday, and this is entirely on me. This information was in the press release, and I just missed it. I don't know how. I done a silly, and I'm sorry. Yeah. No excuses. I did a bit of silly. We all make mistakes sometimes. I did, however, pin a comment very quickly on the video yesterday to let you lovely people know. And essentially, that is that in the set, we are getting our 8 VSTAR. More on that in a moment. But we're also getting 2 Pokemon VMAX. I told you in the video yesterday we weren't getting any VMAX. That was not true. We are getting 2 VMAX. Now, I do also just want to point out at the beginning, this doesn't mean that VMAX are back, and it doesn't mean that VSTAR haven't replaced VMAXs. Remember, in Brilliant Stars, we did get 3 VMAXs, but they were all just mopping up from other Japanese products that we hadn't got. It was very much a VSTAR set. And, the main Sword and Shield 9 set in Japan, your Starbirth, didn't have any VSTAR in. And that's essentially what we're going to be doing here. Because if we look at the Japanese sets that make up Astral Radiance for us, we've got Battle Region, Sword and Shield 9A, which had no VMAXs in over in Japan. And we've got the double set of Time Gazer and Space Juggler, which is, the double set Sword and Shield 10 over in Japan. And that's been revealed, and we have heard, they could be VMAXs in there. We haven't explicitly been told they're not, but they've done the reveal. They didn't show VMAXs. That means they're almost certainly not in there. So they're not being put into the main Japanese sets. And although we are now getting VMAXs for the second set in a row after they've, quote-unquote, gone away, we did in Brilliant Stars, and it really looks like we're doing here. We're just mopping up from other Japanese products that we don't get. VSTAR are the dominant chase card, so to speak. It's a VSTAR world. There's 8 VSTAR that we're getting from Japanese sets. One's a promo. And then, 2 VMAXs, which I think we're mopping up. But that, of course, does lead to the question of, well, hang on a second, Wassy. What are these 2 VMAXs? Now, as it stands at the moment, there is only actually 1 VMAX that Japan has had that we haven't, and that is the promo Pikachu from CoroCoro magazine. And I did pick up a couple of these because they are beautiful, and it turns out they printed so many of them. They were actually super easy to pick up and not very expensive, and that makes me very happy indeed. The problem is, firstly, this is 1 VMAX, and secondly, come on, it's Pikachu. They want to put it in a promo box. Remember, they just took Pikachu V out of Brilliant Stars so they could put it into its own box. Remember back in Celebrations, they took Pikachu V out of the set. In Asian territories, that Pikachu V, the wonderful Hyaganosuke artwork, that was just in the set. Wasn't in the set over here. They took it out of the set so they could put it in the premium figure collection with the Pikachu Wants a Hug VMAX, which of course was a promo in Asian territories. What I'm saying is, when it comes to Pikachu, Pokemon love to take it out the set so that they can put it into a promo box. And I'm not saying that will happen with Pikachu VMAX. I have absolutely no information whatsoever. But I'm saying that looking at what Pokemon tend to do in the past, that makes sense. But then it does ask the question of, well, hang on a second, which VMAXs are we getting? And it could be Deoxys and Zeraora. Because remember, just the other day, I told you that there were new products coming that are the Zeraora and Deoxys V-Star and VMAX high-class decks. And we've seen listings for them. Now, the thing is, they're not actually scheduled to come out in Japan until July the 15th, and our set is coming out on May the 27th. So that would mean we actually got them before Japan, which doesn't tend to happen. You know, look at, for instance, Lucario and Darkrai, those V-Star that just came out in Japan. They came out in their own decks over there. We're going to talk about these more in a moment, but we're getting these later, which is generally the way it happens. Nobody should be particularly annoyed or upset. This is just the way it tends to be. Cool. But that does then lead to the question of what's going on. Because at the moment, there are basically three options. Pikachu and something else, but that doesn't really answer the question. Deoxys and Zeraora, but this would be, 3 weeks before they came out in Japan. Or two VMAXs that we haven't seen anywhere yet in Japan or elsewhere, which again, we've got three potential options here and none of them make a huge amount of sense. But we have been told that two VMAXs are coming in the set, but like I've said, there could be one in Space Juggler and one in Time Gazer, but that just doesn't make a lot of sense. Only having one in each set, not being told they're in there when the set reveal happens. Once again, this is a prediction, not a guarantee, but that is not the way that Pokemon tend to do stuff. So I'm afraid I've got to leave this one hanging as a question, and for that, I'm sorry. But then we get to the V-Star. Now, there was a whole bunch of confusion yesterday because the website said 7 V-Star and the press release said 8. I told you in the video yesterday it was going to be 8, and it is 8. And 6 of them have basically been confirmed. Because we've got the Hisuian first partner Pokemon that came in Battle Region and are literally on the booster packs. They're going to be in there. We've then got Dialga and Palkia, the Origin forms, which have actually been confirmed as well, and they're on the booster pack. Those 5 are in, alright? Those 5 are in. But if we look at the Elite Trainer box, it's got Darkrai on. And again, it's kind of the difference between 99% and 100%. Just because Darkrai is on the Elite Trainer box artwork does not guarantee or confirm that Darkrai V-Star is going to be in the set. But come on, he's going to be in the set. It would be super weird if Booster Pack chose to put Darkrai on the Elite Trainer box artwork but didn't put Darkrai V-Star in the set. Maybe there's a non-V-Star in Sword and Shield 10 and then we get it over here. That just doesn't make a huge amount of sense, alright? I'm not saying it's confirmed. It's not confirmed. But I am saying it's kind of 99% likely or maybe higher. So that gives us 6 out of the 8. So that just leaves 2 from Space Juggler and Time Gazer. We've already seen Dialga and Palkia. So there'll be 2 more from those sets coming over. Here's the problem. The lovely Matthew Arrive Immunity over on Twitter has gone and pointed out to me that if we look at the full wrap of the booster pack artwork for Time Gazer, you can see there that there are 3 RRR rarity cards in the set. They're V-Stars. Which means that there's 3 in Time Gazer, which means there'll be 3 in Space Juggler. They're always the same in that way. They mirror each other. So, hang on a second. That's 4 more V-Star. We're only getting 2 of them. What that means is, over the next few weeks, I'm going to show you 4 new V-Star that are coming in Space Juggler and Time Gazer over in Japan. 2 of them are coming in Astral Radiance. 2 of them are getting cut. Maybe they'll have their own boxes down the line. More likely, they'll be put into a future set. Our Sword and Shield 11, which is coming out in August. But as it stands at the moment, we don't know what these 4 new V-Star are. We don't know which 2 are coming in Astral Radiance. We don't know which 2 are getting cut. But do bear in mind, when I show you the new V-Star, and I will show you them the moment they are revealed, 2 of them are not coming in the set, and 2 of them are. Now, again, this isn't confirmed, but it's the only thing that makes sense. We know what 6 of the 8 V-Star is. There's 4 more coming in Sword and Shield 10 in Japan, so 2 of them are in our set, and 2 of them we have to get later. I've seen some people suggesting that Lucario V-Star could be in the set. And again, I can't tell you definitively one way or the other whether it is or is not. I don't have the set list in front of me. I don't work for Pokemon. I don't have any insider information. With all of that borne in mind, Lucario's not coming in the set. Lucario is coming in its own promo box, and that means it's not coming in the set. just like Leafeon and Glaceon came in their own promo boxes around about the release of Brilliant Stars, so were therefore not in Brilliant Stars. When Pokemon do things like this, where they put the regular version in its own box, we don't get the regular version in the set. What about an extra version, I hear you shout? There is no extra version. If we look at the Lucario VSTAR deck in Japan, it's only got the regular version. Now, we can contrast this with, for instance, Inteleon and Gengar, because over in Japan, we got the Inteleon and Gengar VMAX high-class decks, and they did have randomly seeded in, it was like 1 in 10, 1 in 12, something like that, alternate art cards. So then when we got Fusion Strike coming around, we got the alternate arts of them, although the regular were actually in the set as well. There is no alternate art version of Lucario V-Star. There is no Rainbow Rare version of Lucario V-Star. And it just doesn't happen where there's an extra rarity that Japan don't bother releasing and we do. That's just not a thing that happens. So, yeah, there is no other version of Lucario V-Star. There is only the regular version. And because it's in a promo box, it's not coming in the set. It's not going to be Lucario. It is going to be the 3 Hisuian starters from Battle Region. It is going to be Dialga and Palkia from Sword and Shield 10. It's going to be Darkrai from the deck. And then there's going to be 2 more from Space Juggler and Time Gazer out of 4 yet to be released. Those are going to be the 8 V-Star. Again, 6 are confirmed, 2 are not. But they're judging by what we know and how Pokemon tend to work, this is the only thing that makes sense. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Some new products that have gone and been revealed. News that the VMAXs are coming, but we don't actually know which ones they are. And an explanation as to which V-Stars are coming and why. Like I said, a pretty big update. And it's only a day since I showed you Astral Radiance. But unfortunately, it had to be done. And honestly, I'm very hyped about this set. And this gave me an opportunity. And I'll be honest with you, when I was walking my daughter to school this morning, I was legitimately excited to come home and make this video because I love chatting about new sets and I am very excited. But I want to know what you think. I want to know your predictions for VMAXs. I want to know your predictions for V-Stars. I want to know basically anything you want to tell me about this set, or anything to be honest. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.